Hey, what's up everyone? Journeyman here, and welcome to what could be the last episode of the 2018-2019 season with Roda. So, today's episode we take on FC Utrecht and NEC as we try and squeeze into the European playoffs. It's looking very unlikely though. Let's take a look at that league table. If you haven't seen the last episode, we pretty much screwed ourselves over with defeats against PSV and only managed a draw against Go Ahead Eagles. So, we put ourselves in a situation now where it's highly unlikely we're not going to get into Europe next season, which is, disappointing. That was my goal at the start of the campaign. But there you have it. At least we're going to finish safely in mid-table, and it's very unlikely we'll finish lower than last season. So anyway, going into today's game, first and foremost, up against Utrecht, playing away from home. A few adjustments to the team and tactic as well. I've put Jacobs back from the attacking midfield role into a bit more of a central role. He'll have an advanced playmaker. I'm also considering using as a roaming playmaker. Just trying some different things today. We do have an injury to be concerned about. However, unfortunately, Dijkhuizen is unavailable for injury, and because Nunu is out on loan for the rest of the campaign, we've had to draft in a youngster, Clint Gessen. He will make his debut today at fullback. Don't want to expect too much of him in the future, but we'll see what he's got. You never know. His contract is expiring in the summer, and if he performs well, he might get a new deal. So that's incentive for him. All right, so here we go into today's game. Honestly, we've got to win. If we don't win, then we knock ourselves out. Basically, just got to win to try and give ourselves the best possible opportunity. All right, free kick in a dangerous area for Utrecht, and Cali has found the top corner of the net. Fantastic free kick here. Obviously, Utrecht have deserved it so far. They've been the better of the sides. More possession, better chances. But that was a fantastic free kick from the edge of the area there. Had to get it above the wall into that top corner. Eurus, no chance. And it's 1-0 to Utrecht. All right, here's a chance maybe for us. Here's Adelaide. Tackled too easily, and Garcia's through on goal. 1-1 with Eurus, but he puts it over the bar. Breakdown of defense there. All right, here's Adelaide now. To Bill, good through ball there. I expect Bill to come on leaps and bounds next season. He did very well for me this season. Had a superb year. Possibly the player of the year for us. But I think going into next season, he's going to score a lot more goals. Here's Nascimento from the corner to Gershbach. Takes a shot arm, hits Garcia, and it's easily cleared by the Utrecht defense. Alright, here's Gershbach again to Nascimento. I still don't know how to fully pronounce his name. That's not really a surprise, though, is it? Here's Natic, gives the ball away very, very cheaply. Not been very good in the second half of the campaign, Natic. He's an important player for us, and he helps the midfield run. And, Jesus, 2-0 down already, 25 minutes in. It's going to be a long, all day in the office. Alright, thrown deep inside of our half here to Utrecht. Here's Lurin. Cross it into Kirk. Good save there from Eurus, rushing out the striker's feet. So that wasn't the highlight. Let's see what happens here. Here's Kadoglu to Lurin. Well, see, we're second to every single ball. I mean, the guys seem like they've given up on the season. Here's Garcia, and it's 3-0. Yeah, it is honestly the last couple of games, it's felt like the team has given up, and they've kind of already gone on vacation. And obviously that's extremely disappointing, really, because we were in a strong position going into the winter break. And then afterwards, I just felt like we stayed on break. And I don't know, that's just disappointing, really, because I had a lot of potential. The team's got a lot of potential, and I felt like we haven't really been living up to it very much. All right, let's make a quick change then out there. We'll put Jacobs as a roaming playmaker instead. Maybe that'll help him impact the game a little bit more. What else changes can I make, really? Putting Van Vels in for Adelaide. He's been pretty much non-existent, to be honest with you. Honestly, a lot of players have been non-existent today, though. I'm also bringing on De Silva, too. I think he's a better attacking talent than Gershbach. But Gershbach came in to help the defense, and he really hasn't done that today, as you can see, with us losing 3-0. All right, here's Janssen now to Lurin. Lurin to Janssen to Kadioglu to Cali. Got the opening goal, that fantastic free kick. Here's Jarvan, back to Su Jens, to Jarvan again. That's a decent looking ball. Kirk rises off the crossbar, and Basong makes the clearance. I'm also thinking about changing Basong next year. I think I might try and move him on. He is getting a bit on now, and his attributes are starting to decline just a little bit. And I feel like a summer away from him from the game is really going to hurt. his chances of being an impactful player next year. All right, we're going to make a change here. I'm actually going to switch some stuff around. I'm going to do 2 up top. Don't usually do this, but I'm going to play Ibu Sharif, who is a very promising player for us. He's going to get a new deal next year. He's only £140 a week, so he's a cheap player. He's got a lot of potential as a poacher. So I'm going to play him alongside Bill, I should say, and we'll see what happens here. All right, so 10 minutes left to go in this game. Losing 3-0. Turned into a bit of embarrassment, to be honest with you. I expected the team to come out fired in this game. I did a little meeting midweek to try and get the boys fired up because I told them, we still got a chance of making Europe. A lot of them didn't believe me, and they just kind of quit on me, I think, today. Disappointing, really. And obviously, a lot of our talent, just like last season, are on loan to us, such as Jeffrey Adelaide and Harry Wilson. And obviously our 2 left-backs, Bill getting a goal back there from Sharif. But obviously our 2 left-backs, Gershback and De Silva on loan to us. So we're going to have to replace those talents some way or another. I'd like to bring back Adelaide next season, as always. He's a fantastic player. He's our 2nd top goal scorer this year, just behind Bill. And, I'd like to bring him back, but at some point I've got to move on and try and find talent that is our own, because we can't keep borrowing talent. We're paying a lot on wages, too, for them. Here's the Silva now, across it in. Wilson's not going to get there. 4 seconds left in this game. It's going to be a 3-1 defeat. At least that goal from Bill in the end make it somewhat respectable. And disappointing display from top to bottom, though. We've got a lot of talent coming in, though. As I mentioned, we're signing 3 players, I think. Yeah, 3 players are guaranteed to come in. Chris de Groot is coming in. He's a centre-half. Can also play left-back naturally as well. Promising young player, 18-year-old Belgian player. De Wolf is coming in as a left-back. This guy looks special. Mentally, physically, already superb. Technically, he's not that gifted, but we can definitely work on that on the training field. Then we've Timothy Antoine, right winger. Again, got a lot of potential. So far, he's shown glimpses of that in the reserve team here. He's got himself 9 goals. Actually, really good record for a winner. But mentally and physically, again, a very, very, very solid player. So I'm excited to see what those players can give us next season. But any sense of the world, he's still got 1 game left to go this season. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play 2 up top. Something I don't usually do. But we'll play 2 up top for the next game and see if we beat NEC. And we'll see if we can finish this season with a little bit of a positive result, shall we? All right, so here we go. The final game of the season up against NEC now. I've gone for 2 up top, as I mentioned I was going to do. Danny's going to partner Bill up top. I can see that happening next season. Danny wanted it alone because he wasn't getting first-team football. And to be fair to him, he's played 14 times this year, only got himself 2 goals. A little bit different to last season, when he got 17 goals in 34 appearances, but there you have it. Bill came into the team. He's a much better striker. That's going to happen at this level. But anyway, he's going to partner Bill up top. We're going to see what those 2 look like together. Could be an interesting physical partnership because both players are extremely physical, apparently, according to my assistant managers. So we could turn into a bit more of a battering ram. We could play traditional wingers. Van Velzen is still around the club, so he's now that winger. Van Velzen, again, has had a poor season by comparison to last year. He broke the assist record last year. Some ridiculous number in assists. So to get the best out of Van Velzen, he kind of needs big man in the box, and Danny provides that, and I think Bill can as well. That's going to be disallowed, I should say. I think it said Jeff Rennie pushed to play. I don't believe that. I think it was Danny that attacked the goalkeeper. But yeah, and I know I was saying those 2 guys up top, obviously very physical, and I could try and change our approach because this year was very technical because we had Wilson and Rennie Adelaide. I wanted to play the ball to feet. I thought Bill was a bit more technically gifted than Danny as well. So I wanted to be able to pass the ball around nicely, play some attractive football. Or was, who was it? Ruud Gullit said, play some sexy football. Ruud Gullit being a Dutch legend. I thought that'd be appropriate. Danny unlucky there. Wilson gets a goal. There you go. Harry Wilson gets himself a goal. So that's good. Anyway, next season I could change our approach to a bit more physical side. We have got the tools to do so. We've got some pretty hard-hitting players and talented wingers, and especially I'm looking to try and get the most of the young winner, Antoine, that's come in next year, because I do feel like he's a special talent, and to get the most out of him, I'm going to have to maybe change our shape when we go to 2 wingers instead of inside forwards. At least in that case, too, we'll have Van Velzen and Antoine to start the season without having to bring back all the pressure to bring back Wilson and Adelaide, So again, Wilson and Adelaide, they cost a lot of money, you know. Talking about £4,000 a week. We're pretty much paying 25%, 30% of their wages, whatever it is. It's a lot of money for us, and I'd rather reinvest it in other players, I guess, in the squad is what I'm saying. But good first half there, 1-0. We're playing well with two up top, so that's pleasing. Maybe we should have switched this much sooner. Yeah, I mean, going into next season, obviously I'd like to keep the core of the team. I'd like to be able to, you know, keep the likes of El McQueenie in the side because his contract's expiring. It's a big money deal. Maybe when the summer comes around, he'll kind of back off that demand. Again, I'm trying to move on from Sebastian Bassong. We'll have to address the situation when that young centre-half comes in, see how really he compares and see how much of a drop-off in ability that is. I mean, it's going to be a kind of a drop-off. And again, I'm in the market for a good centre-half, so if we can get a good centre-half in to partner Morala, that should be pretty good. But Bassong, I might try and move him on if I possibly can, try and sell him, or even if the case, I might release him too. I do believe he's got one more year left on his deal, and I think he's going to be requesting a move anyway, because I promised when he comes to the club we'll have some silverware by now, and quite clearly that's not happened. But anyway, yeah, they scored there 1-1. Disappointing defending again at the back post. I'm going to have to change the shape of the back too. I like having an attacking fullback, and I like having kind of a supporting defensive fullback. But it's not working. Obviously, a lot of goals we're conceding is at the back post and far post, and from our fullbacks going missing and supporting the attacking unit. So that's going to have to change. I'm going to have to adjust the player instructions maybe a little bit too. But anyway, these are all just thoughts going from my head and things that we're going to do for next season. Obviously, we can say this season's been a little bit of a disappointment at the end of it. We were predicted to finish, I believe, 12th, 13th, 14th. So we've exceeded expectations 2 years in a row. And generally speaking, the talent that we have on board, we have some very good young attacking talent. And I feel like in the future, we're going to be a very, very good side. But it's just about making the most of what we have today, essentially. So I'm going to make a change up top. I'm going to bring on Sharif, who is certainly a poacher, to play alongside Bill. Again, it's two different things. Sharif is a bit more of a poacher. Bill is obviously a complete forward. Danny's going to be a target man. Joey Conans is that kind of false nine, trequartista player that likes to drop into the role, into the hole. So I have options to play alongside Bill, because Bill's going to be essential to everything I do in the attacking third. And everything that's around that can be built. But at least we have options for next year and haven't got to spend on the attack, so that's a good thing. But here it is, 1-1, final game of the season. Played well, but disappointing that it's 1-1. Here's a chance for Bill to on the counter attack. Now, does really well to beat his man, and that's a good save there from Delhi. One knock on Bill, he's not consistent. My coaches agree with that assessment. I agree with that assessment, to be honest with you. Sometimes he looks fantastic and his finishing's on point, and other times he looks desperate. He looks like a Jupiler or second division talent. But generally speaking, I do think the guy's got so much potential, it'd be silly for me not to build around him. All right, so we've got 10 minutes left to go in the season. My player of the year, if I was going to pick one, would probably have to be Nascimento, honestly, the holding midfielder. Came into the side a little bit later than everyone else because of his injury. But ever since he's been there, he's been an absolute rock for me in midfield. Been a really, really good signing. Who else has been really good? Bill's been great, obviously, as well. He's the leading goal scorer this year in his first season at the team. But again, his consistency has kind of stopped me from giving him the full praise he deserves. Who else had a good season? Honestly, it's difficult to say because the second half of the campaign's been so disappointing. If we're talking about just the first half, then Jeff Rennie Adelaide, without a doubt, was one of the players of the year. Here's Bill now for the winner. Yep, there it is, 2-1. A fitting way to finish the season there, Bill getting the winning goal. But yeah, as I was saying, it was just to start the season, Wilson and Adelaide will certainly be in the conversation, but they've been largely ineffective in the second half, and I wonder if that's the AI kind of catching up to me a little bit with the tactic, and maybe me not being a bit more flexible, or maybe me not resting them at the right times, things like that. But whatever the case, we got a lot of stuff to work on during the summer. A lot of players coming in, going out. And there's a lot of players I haven't even discussed contracts with because, again, I haven't really decided on their future. I'll show you those players in just a minute. Oh, by the way, yeah, it's a nice way to finish there, 2-1. So it gives us a little bit more momentum going into the off-season. And disappointing to finish only 3 points behind 7th place. And again, missing out on the European spots again. So it's disappointing. It's just disappointing. Happy not to be dragged into a relegation fight, don't get me wrong, but still disappointing not to be competing for something else next year. But anyway, as I was saying, let's take a quick look here at some of the expiring contracts. As you can see, it's quite a few players in there. Obviously, our backup goalkeeper, Curto, contract is expiring. I will be trying to renew his deal just because we need to make sure we have somebody there next season, because Hida US is, of course, his contract expiring with us. If I could bring him back for another year, yeah, that's something I'm definitely going to do. He's still contracts to the PSV. There's a good chance that he'll be back next season for them, and I expect him perhaps to challenge whoever is at PSV for the starting role. Look at the goalkeeping. They got Zoet in goal. Obviously, he's a fantastic goalkeeper right there. Who's our backup room? They've got some really good goalkeepers, to be fair, so there's a good chance I might be able to bring the guy back. Christian Cum, I've had enough of him. He's gone. He's just getting on now, unfortunately. As you can see, his physicals have pretty much fell off the chart. He's 33 years old. He's on a little bit of wage, 1,700. That can be reinvested. Jeff and obviously Harry, bring him back if I can't find anyone better. But again, that's a lot of money coming off our wages. McCreaney, his deal, I talked about him. He's a team leader in the squad, which is going to be hard for me to let him go. But he's on 4,300 a week, and he wants like 5,000. And a 31-year-old midfielder that doesn't really offer anything special. I'm a bit reluctant to give money to. The young right back that came in was solid. Nothing spectacular, though. Well, I probably won't keep him on. Gonzalez was abysmal since joining. Didn't do shit. Yes, he's retiring, by the way. That's retiring right here. So he's done. I'm going to try and bring him back as a coach, however, if possible, just because I like to have him around. And Basong, this is an interesting one for me because he wanted silverware. Couldn't get in silverware. Still has something to offer at this level, but we'll see if we can bring anyone better. Obviously, next season too, we'll have Dowell Worker come back into the side as well as an extra support. Nicky Soren has played a few games over at Dordrecht. Anunu, he's on a new deal, so he's back next season, which is pleasing because I do think the guy's got potential. Livio Miltz, still, honestly, yeah, I mean, it's still kind of up in the air how good this guy's going to be. But, yeah, there you have it. Let's go over some of the key stats real quick. Top goal scorer this season, Bill notched up 20 goals in 33 appearances this year. Fantastic record for the young Brazilian, only 19 years old. He's come on absolute leaps and bounds this year, and he's going to be a superstar, I feel like. And there's going to be a lot of interest from teams over the summer, so keeping them away from him and keeping him happy is going to be key for us. Adelaide ended on 16 goals. Majority of those came in the first half of the campaign. Harry Wilson got himself 7 with 12 assists. And this is where we started to struggle. After that, Rutyas was our next top goal scorer with 4 goals. And that came in just one game, if you remember that one. Remember that episode. Assist-wise, again, struggled a little bit. Dijkhuizen got himself 6 assists from right back. Gershbach had a good season, 5 assists, 14 appearances. De Silva did okay as well there. Wilson really was the creative force in the side. Average rating, as far as average rating goes, the best player you could argue was De Silva at 29 appearances, average rating of 7.29. Wilson then was good as well. Nascimento, the player I talked about, he was just a rock for us, and he's going to be a superstar as well. He's got a minimum fee release clause, by the way, on his contract. I think it's like 7 million now. I think I raised it to 7.5 million. So if a club comes in for him, that'd be good money for us. Disappointment of the season, probably Joey Conans. Did well in parts, but overall didn't really live up to the hope I had him for. I'm paying a lot of money, £3,500, probably a little bit too much in my opinion. But again, he offers something different, and I think maybe switching to 2 players up top, you might get the best out of him. We'll have to see. His judgment is still out on this gentleman. But that really wraps it up. Take a look at the squad dynamics before we leave. Real quick look at the hierarchy. So Paulison, the captain, obviously McCreaney. After that, Rennie Adelaide, Natic, Dijkhuizen, Wilson, Van Velzen, Basong, Danny, and Uris, highly influential. De Silva and Cum, influential. And then there's a few in the others as well. Basically, a lot of the regens that are coming through haven't really established themselves inside the hierarchy of the side. So hopefully next season we'll see the likes of Bill, Nascimento, and Morala go into the influential, potentially highly influential. But anyway, there you have it. Thanks so much for joining me. Hope you guys enjoyed this season. A little bit up, a little bit down. Next year, hopefully, will be a better one and much more exciting. We'll keep building the squad, and then hopefully we'll have a team to be reckoned with in the very near future. But thank you so much for watching, everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to leave a like on it. If you want to see more videos by me in the future, please hit subscribe, turn notifications on. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I'll see you guys in the next part. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.